call it Yi, the Yi principle. And Mr. Lee taught me this, and this is a very, very good example of intention and focus. And that is, let's see, I'll have Mike. By the way, not to forget what Mike and I were going to do. Face the camera there. We were talking about balance. Okay, I'm going to step back to balance for a moment. His center line, picture a 2x4 in front of Mike here. Okay, he's weakest and most strongest in his center line. Okay, how could I kill Mike? His throat. Okay, what else do we have here? The solar plexus. What other target right here would really devastate Mike? Can anyone guess? The center line. Okay, this is center line. Is the mic still working back there, Chase? Okay. Likewise, thank you. Go ahead and sit down. Now, also, you're most vulnerable here. Eyes, okay, mouth, nose. That's a devastating, vital, even lethal target. Throat, solar plexus, okay, groin, your chi center, which is about 4 fingers below your belly button. All that right here in the center line in this small space. That's a pretty important area to protect. So we turn to the side and keep our chin down. But what's also interesting is this is also where you're strongest. You're strongest from the center. Okay? So when you arm wrestle someone, do you do it out here? No, what do? You may turn to the side, but what are you doing? You're taking them down your center. See? When you open a jar of peanut butter, okay, do you do it out here? No. You're right here in your center. See? This is where you're strongest also. And so when you hit from the center line. You're shooting up from the center line. Does that make sense? So, balance. And you know what you can do to remind yourself on balance? When you're faced with a stimulus, you just do this. You just stand with your feet apart and just take your right hand and cover it with your left, like this. Just to anchor and remind yourself. Okay? When you're faced with a choice or a decision, or you find yourself doing the same old habit, spinning out of control. Has anyone ever spun out of control? Okay, no one? Okay. This is an excellent way to remember, is to simply do this. You're contained. This is your chi center right here. Okay, go ahead and stand up. Let's go ahead and do it together. Just get your feet apart. No need for a horse dance, but do keep your feet apart. Okay, just feet apart to where you're comfortable, to where you could take a horse dance if you want. Now take your right hand and just place it below your belly button right there. Okay, and then take your left hand and put it over. Okay, now breathe. Good. Now this is a place of balance. Okay, so whenever you're faced with a decision or a stimulus, and you want to respond from the center rather than leaning out, you can now respond from the center, from here in this place of balance. Take another breath. Good. How does it feel to be in this place? Would you make better decisions from here? Would you be more effective when asking someone out for a date? How's that? What does that have to do with seduction? All right. Strength. Yes. Would you be more effective as a communicator if you were here? Just right here like this. More effective as a negotiator. Would you, Josh, have a better aura from right here? Okay? This protects the aura. This protects the energy. Your chi center, your center of energy is about right here, right about above your belt buckle. See, and you're here and you're breathing. And now when you're faced with a stimulus, can you guys remember this? It's easy, isn't it? You find people do that all the time. All right, go ahead and sit down. So I gave a little bit more on balance there. There's no extra charge for that one. If you've ever seen, in the martial arts, they go like this. All right, the warrior, the scholar. Okay? Then I go ahead and I take both and I just put them right here. And I protect my energy.